I know. The Montreal Canadiens are on to the Stanley Cup final. This might be a little bit more of a shorter video compared to some of the other ones, but I just wanted to blow off everything off my chest right now, off my back, all the different body parts, because the Montreal Canadiens are to the Stanley Cup final. If you're watching this as a Habs fan, if you're watching this as an NHL fan, whatever it might be, I'm going to be getting through some emotions in the video. Just realize that. If you're a Habs fan and watching this, you can party along with me. But the Montreal Canadiens are on to the Stanley Cup final. And although we don't know their opponent, we do know what the Montreal Canadiens are made of. And when it comes to the Montreal Canadiens, can they win the Stanley Cup this year? Can they continue this amazing playoff run? And what does this mean to the Montreal Canadiens' future, to the Montreal Canadiens now and this playoff run? Do they win the Stanley Cup? Watch till the end for all of my predictions, all of my picks, and all the excitement. And hit that subscribe button if you're new. Daily hockey content on this channel comes your way throughout the entire year. And if you're a Habs fan, we make Habs content all the time. So hit that subscribe button. Only 60% of the people watching are actually subscribed. So if you haven't, make sure you do so. But looking at this Game 6, there were so many roller coasters to go through, and we were on a mission. We paid tickets for every single one of them because, of course, we did. We saw OT, we saw comebacks, we saw crazy goals, we saw crazy hits, crazy penalties. Everything was just a wee bit weird in the head in Game 6. The Montreal Canadiens, of course, ended up winning it, but it really didn't look like it heading into OT, even though I was still pretty optimistic, and I was like, okay, the Islanders won at home in Game 6, the Habs could win home in Game 6 in front of the crowd, and they did. But before that, let's get into the sequence. So first things first, Shea Weber, apparently unassisted, power play goal. He just blasts it past Robin Leonard, and it's a 1-0 Montreal lead. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, Montreal can kind of be a little bit more of in the driver's seat, because leading up to that goal, it really wasn't Montreal's controlling play that led to it. Vegas, of course, gave away the power play, and they, of course, did not kill it off. But Vegas was kind of in control of play before that whole sequence, and they were looking to score a couple of goals. They had a couple of great chances that Price was just, of course, fantastic in, but Shea Weber made it 1-1, and at this point, or 1-0, and at this point, I thought it was great play, great overall game for Montreal to go ahead with. And then, just a few seconds later, it seemed like Riley Smith tied it all up with his third goal of the playoffs, and it's a 1-1 game. And at that point, I'm like, okay, Vegas deserves to be tied in this game at least, and they play well in this first, and we go into the second period with a 1-1 tie. And then we get onto the second period, where the lone goal scorer is Caufield again, and he makes it 2-1. There is simply no way to describe Cole Caufield at this point. He continues to be absolutely dominant, again, as a 20-year-old right winger, or a 20-year-old winger at age 20. Anyways, he scores his fourth goal of the playoffs. This is by Edmondson and Petry. The defense coming up huge. And at that point, I'm like, okay, this is where Montreal starts to really control this game, right? Somewhat. Vegas started to come up with some fantastic opportunities. Carey Price started to come up absolutely clutch at the end of that second period. And then we would go into the third period with a 2-1 Montreal lead. And even though Tampa did just blow it in Game 6, I thought for Montreal there was a decent chance they closed it out then and were able to keep the Golden Knights at 1 goal. That did not happen, and of course, it just went with an absolutely crazy play. It was Alec Martinez right in front of the net, just jamming the puck home. Nobody was covering him, and Price, of course, could not get the puck. It was 2-2 then, and at this point, my mind was just going in a spiral. I didn't even know what to think, and at this point, I'm like, okay, we're going to see Game 7, aren't we? And it was very interesting because my mood compared to that second goal by Martinez, that second goal by Vegas, compared to the start of OT, they were completely different moods at completely different times, because after that Martinez goal, I'm like, okay, Vegas is going to somehow find a way to score that third goal with like 2 minutes to go, and it's going to be absolute chaos for me. But they did force overtime, and we didn't really have that much overtime play. ARTTURI LEHKONEN, 1:39 into overtime. How are you not winning any face-offs? Carey Price makes that save, but Gallagher gets it back. They have won 0 face-offs in this OT. 0 face-offs. Oh! They score! The Habs just like Beauvillier at home. Both teams, it's a depth winger getting it done, and it's ARTTURI LEHKONEN, the Finn that's been a part of this Habs team for so long, this organization for so long. He gets it done off the sticks of Deneau and Gallagher. That line coming through as they deserve to be. They had a great game and were one of Montreal's most consistent four groups, and they get the overtime winner. And at this point, man, my brain was just shut off. It was just a complete win by the Montreal Canadiens. And even though at times it didn't really look that great, because Vegas at times looked like the much better team, Montreal found the way to win. What have we been talking about this entire playoff run? Some days, some games, they just might not deserve to win. They will get outpaced, outplayed, and then somehow get the win in the end. Is that not exactly what happened today? Even though they had the lead, even though they had the momentum in their hands, Vegas was still able to come back. They were still able to look like a fantastic, put-together team, and then blow it all into overtime. I mean, for Vegas, I can't really feel much worse. They have had so many opportunities and have blown every single one of them. At this point, you have to wonder what is going on with that team. They should have beaten the Montreal Canadiens. But really, I mean, the Toronto Maple Leafs should have beaten the Montreal Canadiens. And we are seeing what is happening there. Leafs fans are going absolutely nuts still to this day. Because the Montreal Canadiens are in the Stanley Cup final. I just feel for Leafs fans, because if it's the Habs versus the Islanders, you can't really get much worse. But the thing was, for Montreal, even though at some points they were kind of getting outplayed, they kept pace with Vegas in a lot of key areas. They had 32 shots, Vegas had 39, a little bit close. Maybe not so much by the end, but Vegas started to get some real shot opportunities in overtime. The face-off percentage was really great for Vegas to start out. Then Montreal started to get some more consistent winning. The face-off percentage was 53% to 47% in favor of Vegas. In terms of the power play, Montreal got 1 out of 3 opportunities, and Vegas had 0 out of 2 opportunities. Another game goes by where Montreal scored more goals shorthanded than they've allowed shorthanded goals. In terms of the hits, it was pretty much tied 31 to 29 in favor of Vegas. The blocks were in favor of Montreal 14 to 13, and the giveaways were in favor of Vegas 25 to 21. So in a lot of key aspects in terms of those blocks, face-offs, the power play, the hits, it was pretty much even, which at the start of the game wasn't really the case. But as the game went on, it started to get some more consistency for the Montreal Canadiens. And honestly, at this point, looking ahead to the Stanley Cup final, I mean, honestly, at this point, this is the best case scenario for Montreal. They get some more rest. They win at home in Montreal with the Montreal fans all just partying in downtown Montreal. This is perfect for this Montreal Canadiens team. Now you get some rest, and even if it is a team like the Islanders, who I think you might need less time for to prepare than maybe the Tampa Bay Lightning, that's still some very valuable time off for guys like Shea, guys like Petry, who at points kind of seem to need it throughout this series, but that will be absolutely huge. And honestly, for the Habs, bring on either one. Even if it's Tampa, in that case, I think Montreal has a possibility to win against the Bolts. For the Islanders, I think that's a weird matchup, because in the Islanders, in some respects, they're kind of a better team than what Montreal is trying to go for, but that's going to be like a battle of the defensive, great puck and great scoring on mistakes team. There's going to be an absolute just copycat each other almost type series. But if it is Tampa and they go up against a team that just won the Cup last year, I think it would give them some trouble. But at this point, I'm done doubting the Montreal Canadiens. I don't know about you guys. I'm done doubting the Montreal Canadiens. But this Habs team has blown everybody's expectations away. Blown my out of the water. I don't know about you guys either. My expectations were so much lower than this. This team is playing the best hockey they've played since 1993. There's no doubt about it. And this team, with Carey Price in the Cup final for the first time, have a real chance to win the Stanley Cup. The Montreal Canadiens have the chance to win the Stanley Cup. That puts a smile on my face, and it should put a smile on yours too, unless you're a Leafs fan. In that case, I don't know why you're watching this video. I'm just feeling sorry for you. But again, the job is not finished. Get it done in the Stanley Cup final, but for now, it's been a pretty good playoff run for the Montreal Canadiens. Let's go, baby. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you do so. Make sure you hit that like button as well if you haven't, and turn on the notification bell to get notified on all the live streams going live and all the new videos going live. If you haven't, make sure you comment down below. What do you think about this Montreal Canadiens team? Oh my goodness. And of course, Who do you think they'll face off in the Stanley Cup final? Do you think they could win the Stanley Cup? Do you think they will win the Stanley Cup? Let me know your predictions in the comments down below. Make sure you share this video with your friends. Get it out there, boys, to all the Habs fans or hockey fans you might know, because the Habs are in the Stanley Cup final. Click on this card right here for all my hockey rankings content. And that'll be it for me today. That'll be it for me today. I'm just gonna go to bed out of this and have a great night. I'll see you later. Thank you so much, and goodbye.